If you're thinking of relocating to the Lake Keowee, Seneca area in upstate South Carolina, you're going to love this video. Stick around. Hi, if this is your first time on the channel and you want to stay up to date on what it's like to live, work, and play in upstate South Carolina, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're dropping new videos each week. Today I thought we would spend a little time opening up the map and giving you guys sort of a 30,000 foot view, an overview, so to speak, of the area, where the different towns around Lake Keowee are, the three different lakes that are in the area: Lake Keowee, Lake Hartwell, Lake Jassie. Where's all the hiking, trout fishing, where the river's located, how close are we to Atlanta, Georgia, and Charlotte, North Carolina, that kind of thing. So we're going to dive in. We're also going to touch on just a few, nowhere near all of the communities that surround the lake, but we want to touch on a few communities and sort of give you the lay of the land. And I hope you find it useful. And if you have any questions, there will always be a video. We're dropping videos every week. But by all means, give me a call if you have a question, and I'm always here to help you in your discovery. So let's jump right in. Seneca is this heart right here, right in the middle. And then first thing we want to do is sort of give you the lay of the land. Clemson University, as you can see, is just 8 miles east right here. Greenville, South Carolina, if you follow 123 through Clemson for another hour from Seneca. Greenville, South Carolina, boom, right there. Beautiful, one of the best cities you're going to find of its size in the country. Award-winning and has been for decades. Not in Atlanta or Charlotte by any means, but it has everything you would want and more, especially the downtown area. Again, from the southernmost part of Keowee, which we're talking about Seneca, you can be downtown Greenville in an hour. If you're flying out of GSP Airport, you probably want to give yourself an hour and 15 minutes. If we look at the town of Anderson right here, it's about 35 minutes from the lake or the southernmost part of the lake in Seneca. Great hospitals. Again, Greenville has great hospitals. Trauma One hospitals are in Greenville. Seneca does have a hospital. It is not a trauma center. It's part of the same network as the Greenville Prisma Healthcare in Greenville, and it has come a long way over the decades for obvious reasons, the demographic age of people that are moving here. Just to give you another little idea, if we travel up 123, hit 85 northeast, we're going to be in Charlotte in 2 hours and 45 minutes. And if you travel southwest from Seneca along 85, you are going to be in Atlanta, Georgia in just about 2 hours. Keowee basically encompasses two counties, Oconee County and Pickens County. If you end up on the north end of Keowee, which is this lake right here, and we'll be expanding it, Pickens County on the north end, and if you're on the mid-lake from Keowee Key south, you will be in Oconee County. Oconee County has three towns, Seneca being the largest. Walhalla is our county seat, and Westminster is the third town. Seneca, Walhalla, Westminster make this triangle here. Locals and others in the state refer to this part of the upstate, where Lake Keowee and Seneca is located, as the Golden Corner. If we leave Seneca and we take Highway 28 to Walhalla, nice little mountain town, done a great job with their main street, and it is a mountain corridor. You have to go through Walhalla to get to the mountains. Mountain Rest is where you begin to start experiencing some of the mini hiking trails, trout fishing opportunities, whitewater rafting, etc. If you stay up 28 from Seneca, you can be in Highlands, North Carolina for a day trip in an hour. Sapphire Valley and Cashers, 45 minutes from Seneca. This area here at the very north of Lake Keowee, which is right here. This lake here is Lake Jassie, a wonderful lake. It is a big benefit to Lake Keowee. A couple of things you need to know about Jassie is it's just under half the size of Keowee. There's 20 to 25 homes on Jassie. There will never be any more. The state of South Carolina bought all of this land, which is the Jassie Gorge area, in the 80s, just to protect it from development. Again, on the north end of Keowee, we'll start on the north end and work our way back. You have a couple of gated master plan communities. 3 of those are with the Cliffs communities. The first one being the Vineyards, the second one being Cliffs Falls, the third one being Cliff Springs. They all have amazing world-class amenities: golf course, tennis, pickleball, wonderful food at the club, wine list is amazing, etc. You also have a fourth community on the north end called the Reserve at Lake Keowee, which is similar. Every bit as nice, top shelf, and we're going to go over those before we go back down to the south end of the lake. Just going to pop this on satellite. So again, this is the Jassie Dam. This is as far as Keowee goes. And then as you can see over here, Lake Jassie, just mountains overhanging Jassie, whereas Keowee from the south end, if you're looking north northeast, you'll have a more layered mountain view. But nevertheless, here is the Cliffs Vinyards property to give you some sort of local knowledge when you're on the lake and you go under Highway 11 bridge here. Of course, if you take this left channel, it'll take you all the way to the dam. One of my favorite channels on the entire lake is this one to the right here. And the reason, and you'd never see this again, is the developer back in the day, Jim Anthony of the Cliffs, didn't put houses on every square inch of this water frontage. There's actually 8 holes of the 18 at the Cliffs Vinyards that are on the water, and that is a Tom Fazio designed golf course. The signature hole at the Vineyards is this hole here, a par 3. This is downhill from these tee boxes. This is where I would be playing one of these. If you're a great golfer and can hit it a long way, again, this is a par 3. You're going to tee up from the tips here, and it's about 250 yards to the green on the par 3, carrying the lake. Keowee Toxaway State Park. You can see here there is several hiking trails. This is a great loop right here. An amazing view. You're sitting up high on a ridge overlooking the lake once you get to that point of the hike. Scenic Highway 11 that you see here in the middle of the screen that crosses Lake Keowee on the north end. If you follow that, you'll end up in northern Greenville County, and then of course you make a left and you're going to be in Asheville. Asheville is about an hour and a half from Seneca, probably closer to an hour from this part of the lake. And then Scenic Highway 11 South will take you to Interstate 85. Again, if you go 85 south, you'll be in Atlanta in 2 hours. And just want to scroll back out, show you a couple more of the golf courses here. So this property here is substantial. As you can see in the middle of the screen, it's the reserve at Lake Keowee. It's about 3,800 acre development. Jack Nicklaus Golf Course, again, similar to the Cliffs in that everything is just so well done. This one might have a more community feel because everything focuses on the village by the lake. But again, tennis, club, food, wine, pickleball facilities, and just amazing golf courses. Just across the lake here, because this is the main channel, the reserves here. Just across the lake is the second Cliffs community that's on the lake. It's Cliffs Falls. This is a Jack Nicklaus golf course. And again, more of the same. If you're looking for world-class amenities, and you know, most of the people that live in the Cliffs for sure are vacation home owners. One thing to consider if you are a primary homeowner, and there are plenty in the Cliffs and the reserve, you're going to shop unless you pick something up. You know, if you're primary, you're going to shop in the town of Pickens. It's smaller than Seneca, 1-2 grocery stores maybe, or you're going to drive back into Seneca. And from the vineyards at the very top of Keowee there at Jassie, we talked about, it's about a 50-minute drive. So you have to decide, you know, what's important to you there. And then from the reserve or the springs, which we're going to talk about next, you're 35 to 25 minutes into Seneca, so no big deal. And then as we continue south on the lake, we're just going to go here. And this is the Cliff Springs, the third and final Cliffs community that's on the lake. You can see they're actually still building the clubhouse, but that's another Tom Fazio. And again, the Springs is close into Seneca and Clemson. All right, we're going to go all the way back down south here, guys. Just want to point out this is the World of Energy. So this is the nuclear plant and where it's located on the lake. Just wanted to give you some roads around the lake. If we're doing sort of a mid-lake loop, we're going to leave the office here just across from 123. We're going to go up and make a left onto 130, and right here at this junction of 130 and 123, there's a couple of grocery stores. There's an Ingles and a Publix, and then as you work your way out, you'll come to the Summit, which is a Crescent Resource Developed community. The Summit is one of the popular communities, and I would add to that Waterford Pointe, and Waterside Crossing. Those are all Crescent Resource Developed communities. Sidewalk streets, pools for the community, a couple of tennis court, and either a cabana type clubhouse or a smaller clubhouse for neighborhood activities. But they are all on this east corridor, and we just continue out 130. It turns into 183 right here at the World of Energy. This is Highway 130 bridge. This takes you up to the north end of the lake. If we stay on 183 right here in the center, Keowee Key, that is another gated golf course community. It began its development in 1980. Everything has of course been updated, including the golf course, clubhouse, fitness center just a few years ago. That's a great option if you love those amenities, but you know, maybe you're more budget conscious as to what they're going to cost. This little area here is 183 bridge. It's a great little cruise back here to where the lake terminates. Just want to point out, when you make it all the way back here to the 130 again, there's a small bridge that's not typical for Keowee, but it does cross right here. Any of these properties that's back here, You can get a little bit of shallow water, and that's hard to find on Keowee, is shallow water. You can even see some of the sediment here on the satellite image. So that's one that, and I would never steer you in one direction or the other, but that's one that just know if we're talking about 4 Points North or one of those communities, Highland Shores, you know, it just depends on the property as to the depth of that you might have. We're going to zoom back down here to the mid part of the lake. This is Waterside crossing through here. This is another one of those crescent communities that I mentioned is very popular. Pool, tennis court. This one, these slips you see here are at the Waterside Crossing Marina. So people that aren't waterfront but live in the community in an interior property, they have a dedicated slip, but really nice homes in here. And then as we go back out and hop back on this 183 here, which is basically the center of the lake, we're going to go right up here and we're going to turn onto 188 or Keowee School Road. And this is going to take us right back into Seneca. If you're on the west side, you're probably going to shop at different grocery stores. Save yourself 10 minutes, but still from that mid part of the Lake Keowee Key Waterside crossing area, very convenient. If you have any questions about the area or would like to stay up to date on everything you need to know about moving to Lake Keowee and living in upstate South Carolina, make sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, or drop me an email. I'm always here to help.